If you are wondering what animals in the Arctic do when they face ruthless predators and fierce competitors, come with me, because you're gonna witness the most realistic and brutal ice battles, and we will answer this question for you. In fact, since the Arctic is one of the harshest, most ruthless, and unpredictable habitats on Earth, where temperatures can drop below 40 degrees, ice storms can destroy the landscape in minutes, and long winter nights can last for weeks. This is a place where only animals truly adapted to the cold, long hunger, and difficult hunting can survive. Contrary to what many people think, the Arctic is not just ice and snow. It is full of life, but a life that revolves around hunting or being hunched every moment. From polar bears a few hundred meters away to foxes that hunt with the faint sound of mice moving under the snow. From wolves armed with huge horns to buffaloes that move like ice tanks. In this area, there is only one rule, and that is that if you are not as strong today, you are everyone else's lunch, and tomorrow you will not be alive. BBC Earth, National Geographic, and Arctic Wild documentaries have recorded exactly these battles. Real battles between the largest and the strongest animals of the Arctic. So stay tuned. Today, we're not just going to talk about animals. We're gonna see real encounters, dangerous hunts, and moments of life and death. So, friends, do you agree? Now that our minds are entertained, let's go to 8 heavy, real, and scary battles that were recorded by cameras. So don't like this video and let's go to the first battle. The battle between a polar bear and a jackal. The first encounter is about the polar bear, the #1 predator in the Arctic. Polar bears, weighing 500 kilos, move on the ice like ninjas, a slow, silent, wary professional. When you get close to a jaw, all you see is a surprise strike that finishes the job. The BBC documentaries showed exactly that. Battle 2. Arctic Fox and a Snowy Owl. The Arctic fox, while cute from a distance, is very serious when hunting. Snowy owls are also silent, but deadly hunters. When it comes to food, these two start an icy fight. The scenes recorded by the documentary Arctic Fox Diaries show foxes trying to steal owl eggs with his speed and trickery, and the owl, in turn, scolds the fox with his claws and beak. Sometimes the fox wins, sometimes it hits the ice head back. Battle 3. Killer Whales, Aries, and Jaws. Orcas in the Arctic are masters of wave making. In the documentary Frozen Planet, we see how a group of them make waves so that poor jaws fall off the ice into the water. From above, you think you're surfing, but the next wave is usually the end of the jaws. Battle 4. Polar Bear and Sea Lion. Because sea lions are so big, sometimes they weigh more than a ton. But polar bears sometimes take risks and attack them. The documentary Arctic Giants shows that these battles are not always successful. In this battle, the bears approach from behind, but if the seal is scared, it attacks with its weight like an ice truck. The result? Either the bear eats, or the ice becomes food for the bear. The fifth battle is the battle between the polar owl and the polar hare. This one may seem funny because their speeds are incredible. The hare runs at 70 kilometers and the owl dives from above like a bumblebee. The documentary Planet Earth 2 recorded exactly these icy chases. In fact, sometimes the hare escapes from its grasp with a crazy run, as if it were running from the police. The sixth battle of the Arctic wolves and the moose buffalo. You need to know that the Arctic wolves hunt in packs. The moose are the size of an SUV. This battle is always tense and long. In this battle, the wolves tire the moose, and the moose can deliver a fatal blow with its large hooves. The Nat Geo documentary recorded several real battles, some of which had a very better ending for both sides. Well, buddy, I need to remind you that I'm freezing while explaining this to you, so give me another light to warm up. And now let's move on to the eighth and final battle, the battle between the Arctic fox and the wolf. Well, since the fox is always looking for the remains of the... In fact, the Arctic is a school of survival. The rule is simple. The strongest survive, the rest become lunch. The battles in this area prove that intelligence, tactics, teamwork, and adaptability are much more important than just physical strength. A beaver is strong, but if it doesn't have food, it loses. A killer whale is almost invincible when it works in a group, and every animal that stays in this area is truly a master of survival. Now, tell me, which do you think is the most dangerous predator in the Arctic? If you could only choose one animal not to face in the Arctic, which one would you choose? Write your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to like, and if you love real battles like this, follow the channel.